Attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs are fighting a lot of battles on a lot of different fronts lately and likely spent their holiday crafting motions to try to curtail the amount of legal action the disgraced music mogul is facing. But one of the strangest cases involves a Michigan prison inmate who claims that Combs raped him in the 90s. A judge had initially granted a massive $100 million judgment in his favor, but after that was overturned, Derek Cardello Smith is now pushing forward with his lawsuit, and he says he plans to call pop icon Jennifer Lopez as a witness.
In a recent
narrator, imagine a world where a single conversation could shatter Hollywood's perfect illusion. One call that could expose the industry's darkest secrets. One moment that could change everything.
P. Diddy thing sounds like just complete unchecked depravity. Like, I don't even think he was gay. He was just fucking guys.
But
maybe he's gay, but it seems like he's just
I think you have to be a
depraved.
little gay. Because then he would just
be
for
sure, at least for like 10 minutes.
he's at least bi.
Well, I mean, it might just be whatever drugs are taken. Like, I don't understand it. When that whole, like, I think I had peripherally heard that P. Diddy had big parties, but I never heard of freak-offs or any. I never heard of that stuff until pretty recently, like post-pandemic.
The conversations weren't just about politics, science, or pop culture. They were...
In a jaw-dropping episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, a bombshell was dropped, one that left fans and critics alike questioning everything they thought they knew about celebrity alliances.
As the coverage started to subside, West flipped the script on his X page. So his page has since been removed, and I'll get more on that in a moment, but screenshots of his tweets show he posted in all caps, "Free Puff." He then went on to post or tweet, "All these celebrity N-words and B-words is scared. Y'all will watch our brother rot and never say S." He went on to post, "I stood up for Puff and I'm still winning 20 Grammys next year and doing the Super Bowl." He also tweeted that, or posted that slavery is a choice, which of course got some backlash from other X users. But West seemed to double down as his rant continued with, "What you all gonna do? Cancel my sneaker deal? Cancel my record deal? Freeze my accounts? F y'all N-words. Slavery is a choice. I am speaking my mind now. I ain't editing. S again ever." And he later tweeted, "This man gave his life to us. This is my idol. This is my hero," seemingly referencing Sean Combs.
The narrative takes a sharp turn when we consider the allegations against Diddy himself. Once celebrated as a pioneer in the music industry, Diddy now stands accused of some of the most serious crimes imaginable.
Quote, defendant Combs sexually assaulted a 17-year-old minor male while at a popular nightclub in New York City. This case seeks compensatory and punitive damages for that sexual assault. The assault occurred in Soho, New York, after Doe was drugged and taken to a private area of a nightclub by Combs' associates. The conduct described herein is shockingly typical of how defendant Sean Combs conducted himself for many years. Many individuals and entities facilitated and conspired with this abhorrent conduct. Sean Combs believed he was above the law. He is not. Now, quite the way to start a lawsuit, right? Now, I will tell you, though, it is very characteristic of the lawsuits that have been filed by the attorney behind this one. I'm talking about Tony Busby, that Texas attorney who apparently represents several Combs accusers.
So where...
The episode wasn't just casual talk about politics or pop culture. It was a deep dive into the entangled lives of entertainment's elite. At the heart of it all, Elon Musk and Joe Rogan. Their focus, a scandal far bigger than headlines and red carpets. They took direct aim at Jennifer Lopez's silence surrounding Sean Diddy Combs, an icon now accused of horrifying crimes, from sex trafficking and racketeering to transporting individuals for prostitution. And that's just the beginning. Elon Musk didn't hold back. He criticized Lopez for staying silent, implying she knew more than she let on. For years, the music world may have hidden Diddy's dark side beneath fame, glitz, and platinum records.
See it that way. He has consistently worked to divide us. At Madison Square Garden, he reminded us who he really is and how he really feels. It wasn't just Puerto Ricans that were offended that day. okay? It was every Latino in this country. It was humanity and anyone of decent character.
The narrative takes a dark turn when you examine the allegations against Diddy. Once hailed as a pioneer of hip-hop, he's now facing some of the most serious accusations imaginable.
If you're attending P. Diddy's parties, I think Ashton Kutcher in one feed was saying, yeah, his parties. Oh, let me tell you about them. Let me think about them. They're wild. Guilty by association. Nobody wants to touch that with a 10-foot pole if you're a celebrity.
And to be clear, not guilty in a court of law, like
No,
because you
of
can go
course
to
not.
a party and not commit a crime.
Right.
You just were around it. And the question was it an open secret?
But you're guilty by association
Right.
in the court of public opinion, right? Yeah. If it comes out that you were attending his parties, everyone's naturally going to think, what were you doing at that party? What was your involvement? Were you involved in the freak-offs? Did you engage in it? It would be a PR nightmare.
So, where does Jennifer Lopez come into play? From 1999 to 2001, she was romantically linked to Diddy. Back then, she was transitioning from dancer and actress to aspiring singer. Instead of climbing the ladder like most artists, J.Lo aligned herself with Combs, who used his power and influence to launch her music career. In return, loyalty, support, and most importantly, silence. Even as she's become outspoken on political issues, like her fiery criticism of Donald Trump, Lopez has remained noticeably quiet on Diddy's arrest and the storm of allegations surrounding him.
I would advise her to speak with the SDNY. I would say if
you would?
you had any information, talk to them and provide it to them, because the most important thing is justice for the people that were wronged in the situation. And then I would say follow their lead. And the prosecutors at the SDNY may tell her, look, we don't want you to make any statements in the media at all about anything you observed, what happened with P. Diddy, your relationship, because again, that would be cannon fodder for cross-examination. Stay away from that. And when we go to trial, make your statement on the stand.
Some argue her silence is strategic, an attempt to preserve her reputation. Others wonder, does she truly grasp the full scope of what's being revealed?
It's horrific, but it's also hilarious that it was like the big secret that P. Diddy would make a bunch of these guys suck his dick and do weird shit. Oh, do you think the government does it? Well, P. Diddy does it.
Homes in LA and Miami raided by federal agents.
Dude, the conspiracies of P. Diddy are like, you know that as above, so below, that like magical shit the rocket scientists say when they jerk off and look in each other's eye. What?
Either way, one burning question remains. Should someone with her platform have spoken out when it mattered most?
Fox addresses whether Diddy was responsible for his 2023 hospitalization during live shows Eyewitness. Rob, if you got a clip, play this clip. He's not really saying it here. When I watch this, he's not saying it.
It's because PBD. This is just them saying what we know. But the clip that I sent Rob is of what was his name, Robbie? Big homie CC. PBD.
Good guy, big homie CC.
Yeah, because so Pat, you know what's going on. So let me
read the story and I'll come to you
it.
because I thought it was a video.
Yeah.
During the tapings of his upcoming Netflix special, what had happened was Jamie Foxx reportedly stated that he was responsible for what happened to him, and Fox is the one who called the FBI on Combs.
The podcast only deepened the mystery. While dissecting Diddy's infamous freak parties in LA, events shrouded in disturbing rumors, Rogan and Musk suggested these weren't just about pleasure, but power. Rogan speculated that Diddy's interactions with male celebrities weren't about orientation.
The internet said that Puffy tried to kill me. That's what the internet was saying. I know what you're thinking. Diddy? Hell no, nigga. I left them parties early. I was out by 9 because something don't look right. It's slippery in here.
Many people were excited to hear what Jamie Foxx would reveal about the Diddy saga on stage, but some are equally skeptical as to why he would not call out Diddy earlier.
And then, the whispers grew louder. A strange rumor began to surface, linking Diddy to a chilling incident involving actor Jamie Foxx, a claim Foxx allegedly hinted at during a Netflix special taping.
And you tell me now, is there evidence against any major celebrities that you have? And is there anyone that you can name at this moment?
I'm not going to name anybody right now, but I do have evidence.
Have you had a chance to actually see any videos or text messages or other kind of correspondence that kind of corroborate these stories?
All of the above, yes. And not for all 120 clients. I asked for corroboration. What texts, video, pictures, give me dates, venues, give me witnesses. And, we do that. We go through that process. And that's what we're doing.
According to some in the audience, Fox joked, or maybe didn't, about being poisoned by Diddy. Most laughed it off, but others weren't so sure.
Hip-hop mogul Sean Combs is set to appear in court in May on federal sex trafficking charges. The news came out of a Thursday court hearing. Combs pleaded not guilty last month to charges he abused and exploited multiple victims, some of the allegations dating back years. CBS News New York's Alice Gaynor has more from outside the courthouse.
Sean Diddy Combs' 6 children and his mother sat in the second row of the gallery. When the 54-year-old entered the courtroom, he was wearing a wrinkled tan shirt and matching pants. He smiled and waved at them, a seemingly more upbeat attitude. The judge, newly assigned to the case after the previous judge recused himself, set a May 5th, 2025 trial date. Prosecutors have until December 31st to turn over discovery to the defense. They said over the course of 3 searches of an airport and Combs' LA and Miami residences, they seized 96 electronic devices and several more during and after his arrest.
Whether serious or not, the mere mention of such a claim highlights the unpredictable and chaotic persona Diddy has cultivated. In an age where every celebrity word is dissected, can anything really be taken as just a joke?
I'm a victim. I'm a product, I should say, of these systems that we all survive in, which is, this sort of capitalist-driven, corporatocracy kind of driven way of merchandising and commercializing every thought and fear and moment that we have in our lives, and never giving us a chance to slow down.
This is no longer just a question of guilt or innocence. It's a reflection of a broken system, one that allows power to go unchecked and silence to be rewarded.
So yesterday, Diddy filed a lawsuit against NBC Universal, Peacock, and Amble LLC for defamation or defamatory statements. So he's saying that when they did that whole Diddy, the Making of a Bad Boy documentary that we talked about in here, that a lot of the claims and the things that they were accusing him of were completely false. And he's saying he wants $100 million in damages for severe harm to his reputation, economic harm, and the defamatory statements.
Why just NBC? It's been about 5 or 6 documentaries that have come out.
I have no idea.
On top of podcasts and YouTube pages. Like, it's so many people with stories. Like, why you just aiming at NBC?
At the center of it all is betrayal. The same industry that celebrated these stars now seems complicit in shielding them. Musk's pointed criticism and Rogan's raw commentary aren't just viral soundbites. They're a call for truth in a business built on secrecy. As new details emerge and trial dates near, the web of personal ties, political moves, and celebrity image management continues to unravel.
This is interesting, Natanya. Rodney Jones, also known as Little Rod, is now suing Diddy for sexual harassment. That's something that's been in the headlines for the last couple of days. And there's a very interesting quote from his lawsuit that relates back to you that I want to read because it sort of ties all of this together. And it says, Jones claims in the lawsuit, Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in the nightclub in New York City with rapper Shine. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka J.Lo, carried the gun into the club for him and passed him the gun after he got into an altercation with another individual. So now you have Little Rod in this new lawsuit saying that Diddy told him that he actually was responsible. I mean, what did you think when you read that?
Well, I was incensed for a number of reasons. First and foremost, for the past quarter of a century, he's vehemently denied that he was responsible, even though I knew wholeheartedly, and as so many others who were in the club that night, we all knew he was responsible.
Is Joe Rogan truly exposing the dark truths behind Diddy's legacy and J.Lo's silence? Could Musk's explosive take be the spark that ignites Hollywood's biggest reckoning yet? Or Is it just another chapter in a long, twisted saga of celebrity secrets? In the early 2000s, when J.Lo and Diddy were a couple, she was swept into his party-fueled lifestyle. Days before the new millennium, the two were arrested in New York. While Diddy faced serious charges, J.Lo stood by him and remained silent. To this day, she has never publicly addressed what happened that night.